All right, let's get more data here for our Pro Motocross preview. We bring in the king of the calculator, Clinton Fowler. We know that Eli Tomac's not defending the 450 title. Jett Lawrence won't be in the 250 class this year because he's moving up. So let's talk 250s first. You got some interesting data about Justin Cooper and how good he has been in this class the last couple of years, and he's certainly a contender.
Yep, absolutely, Weege. And Justin Cooper is clearly going to be a contender this year. But interesting, last year, he didn't have any wins in 2022. That said, he's coming back from injury, so it's not entirely surprising. He led 9 motos, only won 2 of them. Again, he's coming back from injury, so not entirely surprising. But the thing that we've come and gotten used to with Justin Cooper is amazing starts. So JT, he's got 10 hole shots last year, 21 in the last 2 years. What do you see from Justin Cooper?
I think we're going to see more great starts. That's been his calling card since he turned into the professional ranks. So I don't think anything changes there. If anything, maybe we get more of that because he'll have more confidence this season than he did last year, simply from preparation. The rider I have questions about, though, is Hunter Lawrence. I think this is going to be a breakout season from him. We saw him in the best Supercross form of his life. And I think a big contributor to that was his start. And I've heard that they really worked on the ECU to find a nice range that's going to get him off of the grid start, which is going to be used in Pro Motocross. So all of the things that they learned in Supercross, he will be able to transfer to Motocross. And I think that's going to propel him to better starts. And in the end, a better result.
I was just going to say, he's going to need those starts. In his history, he's got 1 win in 41 career starts. So some of that you can obviously attribute to those starts. The other piece you contribute to is his brother Jett has obviously had the speed. You look at history, or you look at 2022, had Jett not been there, there was 6 motos that Hunter would have won and 4 overalls. So Hunter clearly a favorite going in here. The other one I think we have to talk about, Joe Shimoda, finishes 2nd in the series. He's got 2 overall wins. An impressive season for Joe. Maybe the most impressive thing is just how consistent he was throughout the year. He had the most top 5s of anybody in the series. And then he came on really strong in the second half of the season, Weege.
Yeah, he did. And it was almost like Hunter was the second best guy and really battled Jett hard at the beginning of the year. And then Joe was probably the closest in the second half. But we don't know exactly how that's going to play out over this season. But we do look at, like, logically, Hunter and Joe are progressing, right? They should get better each year. They're relatively young riders. But then we've got these wild cards. Jeremy Martin, the wildest card of all, and RJ Hampshire, who's always in it, but he's kind of leveled off. So what are you seeing on the J Mart and RJ fronts?
Yeah, Weege, I mean, Jeremy Martin, 2-time champion. You've got to respect that coming into the season. So I'm super interested to see what happens there. He's the 4th all-time in wins, so 20 wins in the class. So I would expect him to be ready to go and get some moto wins and some overall wins this year. And then you got RJ Hampshire. RJ had his best season in Supercross, but in Pro Motocross, the best he's ever done is 4th, and he's done that 3 times. Last year he was 5th. I don't know that he's going to be able to compete against the guys above, but I do think we'll see moto wins and we'll see overall wins from him, Weege.
Okay, so many other riders we could talk about in the 250 class, but we know what everyone wants to talk about, and that is the upcoming Jett Lawrence versus Chase Sexton battle here in 450 Motocross. First, just give us the Chase Sexton stats, because without Tomac here, he's kind of the guy in the 450 class now.
Yeah, absolutely, Weege. Chase Sexton has won 10 of the last 29 races in both the Pro Motocross season and in the latest Supercross season. So he's clearly the head of the class now. He's the alpha dog, if you will. But guys, we got a guy like Jett Lawrence coming in. He's a rookie. This is not the first time a rookie could have potentially won a championship. It's happened 6 times before, starting with Gary Jones way back in 1972 and most recently with Dylan Ferrandis. So Dylan Ferrandis 2021, pretty amazing season.
So JT, are you worried at all of Jett Lawrence? Like, oh, he's going to be fast, but he's a rookie. He's going to throw it away. Are you worried about that? Or do you think that's not going to be a big problem?
I don't worry so much about Jett throwing it away. I just wonder, is he ready to tackle this force that is Chase Sexton? Jett Lawrence's MO is not really to DNF or crash or make rookie mistakes. He is usually one of the most mature riders on the track, comparing against any age. And it's difficult to compare against Dylan Ferrandis because you look at the experience and the age difference. It's not really an apples to apples comparison against Ferrandis. So it's going to be a big test for Jett. I do believe he is up to it. I do believe he's on the podium all summer long. But that question of can he beat Chase Sexton week in and week out is going to be the one that determines this championship.
Last thing, you mentioned that difference. Jett is one of the most mature, consistent guys we've seen. You have some alarming numbers on Ferrandis and how many races he has missed lately.
Yeah, he's only raced 16 of 46 races since winning that championship in 2021. So he's had some injuries. Those injuries obviously stacked up. Those could hinder his ability to come in ready to go 100% at round one. But obviously, he's going to contend with Sexton and Jett Lawrence here throughout the entire series, Weege.
Okay, we're going to put ourselves on the spot and make title picks in a moment, but you're the numbers guy. So what do the numbers indicate? Can you make title picks? What do you think?
I'm going to go out on a limb here, guys. Really risky one. I'm going to go with Chase Sexton on the 450s.
Wow.
I mean, 24 of 29 podiums over the last 2 seasons is an obvious choice. And for me in the 250s, it's Hunter Lawrence. I think with the absence of Jett in the class now, I think after his Supercross season, we're going to see Hunter Lawrence on that podium and on the top step of the podium a lot this season.
All right. The stat man goes with the good odds. Good on you. And we'll see you have a wrap up after round one next week.
Thanks, Weege.
And the races will be covered by myself and Jason Thomas. We'll be there. You can watch everything on Peacock. Just a reminder, we'll have Race Day Live, which is our qualifying coverage starting at 10 o'clock local time every Saturday. And then the motos start at 1. And new for 2023, there'll be a half-hour break between the first set of motos and the second set of motos. That'll be our halftime show. So shout out to Peacock for giving us extra airtime so we can have extra content from the races. And JT and I will be there. I'll have James Stewart beside me in the booth at round 1. Ricky Carmichael will be jumping in and out as well.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.